welcome you to the platform Faculty Development. I am Professor Jitesh Thakkar, Dean Academics and Professor Logistics and Supply Chain Management at Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya, Central University. Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is India's first and only university in the transportation and logistics sector, sponsored by Ministry of Railway, established by Government of India with a very clear mandate to strengthen the ecosystem of transportation and logistics sector in India. The university has a mandate to contribute in terms of technology, that is infrastructure, policy, that is reforms, and management, that is services, covering all these three dimensions and all the four modes of transport: rail, road, aviation, water, port, shipping, and see that India can really meet its aspiration towards becoming Viksit Bharat 2047 through knowledge economy. Faculty development is a multifaceted agenda which requires grooming on various aspects within the broader domain of teaching, research, and administration. The aim of this channel is to address how faculty can contribute effectively in the ecosystem of higher education in India, specifically when there is a very clear guidelines and highly comprehensive and futuristic policy like National Education Policy NEP 2020. The channel intends to share the content in the critical domains for the 360 development of the faculty and hence building a strong and sustainable ecosystem of higher education in India. Number one, enhance teaching effectiveness using improved pedagogical skills, that is innovative teaching methods, classroom management techniques, and student engagement strategies. Number two, utilize educational technology. Number three, foster critical thinking for solving complex problems. The other dimension which this channel would address is promote research excellence and productivity by providing training in research methodologies, data analysis, and scholarly writing. The third dimension that the channel intends to address is develop leadership skills in faculty to take on administrative roles and contribute to institutional governance. This channel explores various critical dimensions of faculty development for enhancing the capability and quality of the most important entity and stakeholder of higher education system, and that is faculty. This particular video exchanges views on why do research, key motivations, and 21st century expectations. Many a times we have seen that people are highly fascinated about PhD and doctorate track, and they want to pursue the research, they want to have the doctorate degree in their resume, and there are a couple of various motivations in terms of organizational, in terms of societal, in terms of personal. So this video will help you to explore that what could be the appropriate motivation for undertaking research at various levels, whether it is part of PhD, whether it is part of your MTech or MBA or postgraduate degree, or it is a part of your organizational R&D team, or it may be part of some societal research leading to some reforms in the society or nation. So the central question is, why do research? What could be the motivations and what are the 21st century expectations in front of us as a researcher? Having guided more than a dozen PhD and also supervised many PhD theses, I thought of sharing my views on this topic through this channel. If you look at the broader context of research, then research in its broadest sense is a systematic scientific investigation into a subject to discover new facts, theories, applications, or revisions of the existing knowledge. It is important to appreciate and understand that research is not just the reproduction of the facts. It's a directed scientific inquiry to gain some new knowledge, to explore some new area for the benefit of the society and nation and the globe at large. Understanding why we do research, there are key motivations behind it, and there are various contemporary expectations. Let us try to have deep dive into these aspects. So first, let us see why do research and what are the various motivations that drives an individual, organization, or nation to undertake research in the various thrust areas. So number one is the desire for expanding the knowledge. This is the most fundamental reason for research is to expand the boundaries of human knowledge. It seeks to answer unanswered questions, explore unknown territories, and deepen our understanding of the world around us. Whatever services, products we are using today, let it be pharmaceutical, medical equipments, technologies in transportation and logistics, even banking sector, all these advancements which has made our life quite comfortable and connected, it is only because of the critical research in the various domains. Number two, problem solving. This is the second motivation behind the research. So research plays a vital role in identifying and solving real world problems. Let us say there is a traffic congestion. I want to decide about the routes. I want to optimize the network. We have seen the COVID era and there was a lot of research on developing the vaccine. Similarly, there are various areas across the industry which demands continuous focus on R&D and research. And this evidence-based research and solution is really provide a basis to go further in commercializing the technology, products, or services with a greater confidence. And this extends immense benefit to the society. Number three, motivation is informed decision making. Research provides data and insights that inform decision making at individual, organizational, and policy level. When I teach statistics, I always say that data only has a value if you define the confidence interval. What is the band within which this data really operates? Whether my confidence interval is 95%, 98%, or 99%, my data will speak and will give me the confidence in making the informed decision. So research helps us to make more informed choices. We can become extremely critical about the priorities, design specifications, whether it is the customer requirements or societal needs. So today when there is a cutthroat competition and we are flooded with the products and services, if really organizations do not invest in research, then they would be developing the product or services which are of much inferior quality and would become obsolete very fast. The fourth one is the motivation for developing new technologies and innovations. So research is an engine for innovation. It leads to the development of new technologies, products, services that improve our life and drive the economic growth. All the sector you see, transportation, if you look at the railways, then we have high-speed train, bullet train, Vande Bharat. There are a lot of innovations and advancements in the technology. We have done the electrification. Similarly, you look at the portfolio of FMCG products, whether it is a soap or whether it is a shampoo or any other product, there is a lot of innovation. If you look at the pharmaceutical, then for most chronic disease, based on research, a lot of drugs are investigated, and that has given a good quality of life and improved the life expectancy. If we go further, then the fifth motivation is improving existing practices. So research helps us evaluate the effectiveness of existing practices and identify areas for improvement. It promotes evidence-based practice in various fields such as education, healthcare, and business. So maybe we are following certain procedures for operating the patient, diagnosis, or maybe let us say in education itself, we are following certain teaching pedagogy, some practices for teaching learning. When we do the research on this aspect, it helps us to identify some of the weaknesses, some of the loopholes in the existing practices, and help us to move forward in the direction of improving, enhancing the quality of the existing practices. So it's a continuous process. Perfection is never an end, it's a journey of exploring, continuously evolving the best practices, and that is where research has a critical role to play. The other motivation is challenging existing theories and assumptions. Whether you look at physics, basic science, mathematics, or maybe the applied research, engineering, or if you look at the humanitarian, maybe arts and the various other domains, economics and other, everywhere there are certain facts and theories are established. We cannot just live with these theories for centuries. Our ecosystem is changing, our environment, our political dimensions, international drivers are dynamic in nature, and hence it puts a challenge on the existing theories and practices. So something which was established, maybe let us say a theory to enhance the productivity of an organization in 1970s may not be relevant today because we are blessed with a lot of technology, artificial intelligence, IoT, 5G, 6G speed, and many other interventions. And today, if I really have to apply certain interventions for improving the organizational productivity, then there is a need to amend the old theory. So research helps us to amend the existing theories and find the new ways of intervening towards improving the ecosystem of organization, industry, society, and nation at large. One more dimension which is at the personal level, and that is personal and intellectual growth. As a human being, we all have a desire to move on Maslow's hierarchy. And typically, if you know, the Maslow's hierarchy is a 5-step hierarchy. It begins at the bottom level with very basic needs, food, shelter. Then it goes to social needs, then it goes to safety needs of human being, then self-esteem and self-actualization. So we all human being during our life wants to move from the basic needs like food and shelter to self-actualization, and research in a way is a way to advance our personality and intellectual ability on the ladder of Maslow's hierarchy. So engaging in research can be a rewarding experience that fosters intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, skills, and it deepens our understanding of a particular subject. We become a holistic human being where we are in a position to consider the various dimensions affecting a phenomenon in 360-degree manner. If we further go and try to explore some of the more dimensions as a part of key motivation behind research, then there are various others. For example, curiosity and intellectual stimulation, yes. When you do research, when you try to think from various angles, you really go deeper into understanding, and it's a genuine desire to learn and understand the world around us in a primary motivator for many researchers. Why organizational productivity is going down? Whether it is affected by the organizational structure, too many layers, or lack of client friendly approach, or there are lack of evidences of technology intervention. So when you go deeper, you get an opportunity to figure out what are the real challenges and the areas where organization or the society or nation should focus. The another important motivation is desire to solve problems. So we come across many real world problems and we develop an inner curiosity and desire to solve them. So here is the research which gives us the directed scientific path to address this emerging and critical problems in our society, in our organization, in our nation, and find out the contemporary solution for the same. We have a desire to contribute to society, and research is the pathway. It provides a scientific way, methodology to contribute to society in a well informed manner, and the kind of solutions we are proposing as it is based on the data, based on the information, based on the scientific analysis, it has much higher credibility. Yes, many people they look at research and gaining PhD degree for their career advancement and recognition. They have an inner inspirations to be recognized as doctor. Yes, for that PhD and research is the pathway. Funding and resources. Today, the funding has become highly competitive across the globe. Even in India, the various research and funding agencies like DST, ICSSR, and various other UGC and various other organizations, they have come out with many interesting researching schemes which can help people to undertake research and contribute quite in an impactful manner. All the avenues are available, but we have to compete. And research helps us to come out with good publications, establish our credibility in the domain, and subsequently help us to submit our proposals to various agencies and fetch a good funding for our institutions. Personal satisfaction and fulfillment, this goes in line with the advancement on Maslow's hierarchy, that is five-layer hierarchy. And certainly when you gain new knowledge, when you satisfy your inner curiosity through research in a systematic and scientific way, you feel more confident about your life and the journey. What are the expectations from us researchers in 21st century, and why these contemporary expectations are to be appreciated critically? Let us see what 21st century NEP 2020 kind of comprehensive policy expects from the researchers and intends to generate impactful, industry driven, society driven, nation driven research for enriching our overall ecosystem. So, first expectation is to undertake interdisciplinary and collaborative research. Today, all the problems, whatever we face in various sectors in industry or society, are interdisciplinary in nature. It cannot be solved just by looking at one angle. If you are designing a product, you have to look at its design from mechanical engineering point of view, electronics engineering point of view, electrical point of view, from societal point of view, ethical point of view, and this requires an integrated, interdisciplinary and collaborative approach. This means today we are facing the challenges. We are living in the era where we are not left with any other option than applying the design thinking concept in our research. And right from the beginning, we have the interdisciplinary team to execute the research and deliver the relevant solutions to the industry and society. Impact and relevance. Yes, there is a growing emphasis that at one side, when you are improving your research productivity, are you really addressing the real world problem and creating the impact for the organization, industry, and society? The third expectation is open access and data sharing. So today is the world of transparency, today is the world of sharing, and there is a strong push for open access to research finding, data, promoting transparency, collaboration, and disseminating knowledge. So even at the national level or global level, duplication of the effort in the same area can be avoided. Rather, researchers work on enriching a particular area by exploring new dimensions or going through the various extensions of the already established theories. Ethical considerations, certainly research which does not fit to the societal requirement, nation's aspiration, benefits the human being at large, and if there are fundamental flaws in the considerations, assumptions, and design of the research, then this challenges the ethical part of the research, and we are expected to undertake the research which is highly ethical in nature. Data driven and technology enabled. So today we have big data and the tools like AI ML to analyze this big database and reveal many patterns and trends. Suppose we are investigating the accidents in the transport sector, then we can classify our problem using AI ML tools in multiple categories and go deeper into each category to see that why the particular accident or what are the reasons behind the set of accidents taking place, what is the severity, what is the frequency, and what interventions are necessary at different level to minimize the frequency of accidents. The other expectation is focus on sustainability and global challenge. There are 70 sustainable development goals, and we cannot just pass our research to society or nation or globe without giving due consideration to sustainability dimensions. It may be climate change, poverty, inequality, and public health. Communication and dissemination. Today, we have various platforms available like Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, and all these platforms are easily accessible. At least the preliminary information we can reveal. And today, the research has become highly visible, which can lead to rapid dissemination and collaboration in the researching world. One more motivation we can see is motivation and the expectation is focus on innovation and translation. Research is expected to not only generate new knowledge, but also translate that knowledge into practical applications and innovations. So many times we do fundamental research, fine, it's required and it sets the basis for many more applied innovations. But in what way we can translate? You just see that the kind of theories established by Albert Einstein, subsequently that became basis for many engineering applications And those extensions were explored, tested, verified thoroughly through research, and got converted into many, many applications useful for the society and nation. One important dimension I would like to highlight that when, as a faculty, you undertake a research or you aspire for publishing, please understand research and teaching cannot be compartmentalized. When we do the research as a faculty, we derive confidence in our knowledge base, we expand our knowledge base, and we develop an inner desire to take this research for discussion to the class. When we discuss our research in the class, we open up the discussion, we explore the various unthinkable angles of our research, and we come out with some new ideas, new directions for advancing our research in the domain. So please remember, research and teaching cannot be compartmentalized. They both go hand in hand, and there is a two-way relationship between research and teaching. In summary, research is a multifaceted endeavor driven by diverse motivations and subject to evolving expectations. The landscape of research keep changing. We keep evolving new theories, we keep testing existing theories and try to figure out the newer interventions in terms of human intervention, in terms of policy intervention, in terms of organizational intervention, and most importantly, in terms of technological interventions. Research is expected to be more interdisciplinary, impactful, ethical, data-driven, and focused on addressing global challenges. By meeting these expectations, research can continue to play a vital role in advancing human knowledge, solving real-world problems, and improving the quality of the life of people and planet both. So with this, I hope this video has provided you adequate insight on why do research, key motivations, and 21st century expectations. I would like to acknowledge that Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is India's first and only university in the transportation and logistics sector, and it has a unique role to contribute in the entire ecosystem of transportation covering rail, road, aviation, water, ports, and shipping to facilitate nation's aspiration to reduce its logistics cost from 14% to 8%. And this is something where university is trying to contribute in all the three dimensions: technology, that is infrastructure, management, that is services, and policy, that is reform, for the benefit of transportation and logistics sector. In line with the vision of the university, which is innovation-led, industry-driven university, Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya has collaborated with the various leading industries such as Airbus, Nippon Koi, Nokia, Siemens, Jacobs, Plaza India, Airtel, Railtel, and many others to see that the teaching, executive training program, and research what we undertake at the university can really benefit the industry and society at large. Thank you for your interest in learning the various dimensions of faculty development. We will keep exploring more issues through this platform for the benefit of the faculty, most important entity and stakeholder of higher education system.